Hey folks, this is Jim, also still here at Lake Pueblo. I am here with a Lessons the Hard Way video recording for you. This is an interesting one, an interesting topic in my experience. So the thing I want to focus on is the idea that once you have a entrepreneurial idea or kind of any creative project, I guess, that you're going to try to put out into the world, once you have the idea and it kind of like meets your first customer, so to speak, it sort of ceases to be yours in the sense that you don't own it, you kind of share it with your customers. And so my kind of my experience with that is that when I started my small business, it was an outdoor store, and I thought when I started it that it was going to be like a kind of like a higher end boutique kind of thing. Like I was going to sell nice stuff from nice brands like Arcturus and I don't know, Outdoor Research and Patagonia or whatever. Um, and I was wrong in the sense that the place that I was in, I kind of like underestimated the market in the sense that there was nobody that was doing good outdoor gear in that area. Um, but I was not selling high end stuff to high end people. I was helping people kind of like graduate from, like the Walmart sporting goods department or something like that. So I was not people were not looking for $600 Gore-Tex waterproof jackets. They were looking for like, an upgrade from what you would get, in a department store or something like that, or Walmart. So I needed to kind of change very quickly. Like as soon as I had a customer come in and I realized like, oh, this stuff is too expensive, basically. And all of this technical stuff that a lot of those brands kind of really lean into is not resonating with my customer. They have no idea what I'm talking about. So once I kind of like made things a little bit, more entry level, or at least at the mid range of things. And for a lot of my brands, like that I was carrying at the time, like it was like kind of the lower end of the things, like a Marmot would have, or a North Face or whatever. My customers were price point sensitive, and so as soon as I had met a customer, I realized like, oh wow, I actually have to be kind of like an advocate for people who are just getting into like this industry and want to think about backpacking instead of car camping or something. So, and I realized at the time that like what I thought I wanted to do was not what I wanted to do because I wanted to serve the customer. And then it worked out pretty well once I figured that out. But then, it's funny because like at a few years later, I had kind of built the market, and then I was able to start bringing back some of the nice stuff, and people wanted to have like a little bit of a sprinkling of like some of the higher end brands or whatever, right? So anyway, um, all I'm saying is, as you think about your idea, and especially this week as you're thinking about your solution, um, try to not be precious about it. And what I mean is, like, think about it like something that you're kind of, trying to bake in the oven and that you're trying to iterate on very quickly. And that, whatever it is until it's met a customer, like, and they've given you some feedback on it, like, it's very preliminary, and if you can kind of keep that level of humility in mind, and it's not easy, it can be hard. There are some days when it's like, you know, it can be frustrating. And you also don't necessarily want to like listen to everything from every customer, because some people are going to come in and they will tell you, as they did for me, that like I need to carry more women's extra smalls. And you know what? Not a lot of women wear extra small sizes. And when I brought in a whole bunch of extra smalls because somebody came in and they were really, had a very strong perspective about me carrying not enough extra smalls, I couldn't sell the extra smalls that I brought in for that one person who was sort of very vocal about it. So anyway, point is, um, don't be precious about your idea, and get that feedback and keep iterating on it, because the process of entrepreneurship is the iteration. It's not the coming up with a really brilliant idea that is perfect right out of the gate for everybody. Okay, that's it from me. Hopefully That makes sense. And I will talk to you soon. Have fun this week on the second part of the design thinking project. All right. Bye.